My name is Todd Standing, and I'm the man who takes people into the field and has them to live interact with or eyewitness a Sasquatch. Don't take my word for it. We've got Logan today, a man who I've taken out into the field, and he had definitive live interactions on multiple occasions with Sasquatch. And we're going to do questions today. So, the big announcement we'll wait about 5 minutes, Logan. So, we're at 25 seconds. In 5 minutes, when people have jumped on board and they're listening, we will start to reveal the importance of what Logan is doing on here today. Logan had a tremendous amount of success just last year. You believe Jane walked up to you, right?
Yep. Right.
And tell us a little bit about it.
So I guess it was last year when I went out. I decided I wanted to stay outside. I had that ambition the whole time, just couldn't figure out the right time or place. So it ended up being a little rainy, so I was like, okay, I'll just stay kind of outside by the camper and the campfire, and we'll just call it that. So ended up doing that and waking up around 5 a.m. and thinking, seeing the sun come up and thinking nothing was going to happen, and I could kind of relax and go to sleep for a few more hours, and ended up rolling over and feeling and hearing something jump, being startled behind me on 2 feet. As in, I rolled over and I scared what was watching me, and it jumped backwards, and I then was kind of in a petrified state of adrenaline, so I couldn't really turn in that direction, and I could hear it moving around me, and it lasted about 5-10 minutes of activity. By the time I got the courage to look for it, it was, the I feel like it was a feminine energy, and it was very light-footed. So I feel like it was more of Jane than anything. But by the time I got the courage to look, the Jane had left. So regretful in that aspect, but I can't get that memory out of my head. It was pretty amazing.
Mhm. Well, we all, that's a bit of a fall down. Believe me, I've done that too. But you get back up again, and you get another experience. See, I've been through stuff like that for decades now, and I'm just at the point where I'm just like I have to roll over. I have to have a look. I have to do everything I can in the moment. But it's come with years and years of hard work and training. There were days where I would have such failed success, or sorry, such absolute failure and fear. I would go leave for 3 months and literally think about quitting. Like, can I do this? Can I really, really do this? And then when I believed I could do it, I went back out, persevered, and then when the incident transpired again, I did persevere. I did rise up to another level. And it's like going to be like that with anything, snake handlers, crocodile wrestlers, all those, it's a process that you go through. And anybody out there who thinks you're just going to start out there as a star quarterback, you're not living in reality. You're playing too many video games and reading too many, fictional books where you think you're a big superhero because it's when you're out there. I mean, this man spent a night, like a bear could have killed him, a mountain lion could have killed him. Like he was literally risking, like within that expedition, or I think maybe even the expedition before his previous expedition, a pack of wolves came through base camp. Like, a bunch of savages just blasted right through there. So this is real dangerous backcountry stuff, and you literally risked your life, Logan. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've woken up with a mountain lion or a bear, you know, hammering away at me, or in attack mode versus me. It's very dangerous, and you did that all by yourself. Help was too far away. A bear would have latched on you, or a mountain lion. Just takes them a couple seconds to make that kill. And I'm not going to be there fast enough for you. There's no chance of it. I'll wake up and be there, maybe if I'm fast, 15 seconds. And that's a real dangerous time. So give yourself a lot of respect for what you did. Not many people did that, and and you have to go through there before you can get to here. You know,
Right.
and it's just a simple step-by-step process that we all have to go through. So and grow. Did you I have to when I was listening to you this time, I mean, I'm a lot changed. And one thing I'll tell you is the fear that you were feeling, it wouldn't have been something the Sasquatch was feeling. They might have been curious, they might have been hesitant, but they wouldn't have been afraid. So if they were locked in with you in any kind of empathic bond, they would have sensed your fear and just moved away. But they certainly wouldn't have been giving you fear. because they're so. I mean, I could see them being lacking in confidence in that open area around trailers and man-made things. But as far as fear goes, there would be no reason for them to fear you. They know you're not dangerous, and they're literally the one approaching you. So and that's ballsy. I mean, that's brave, and they don't have to do that. They can sit there and watch you and read you from a distance. Even they could be 20, 30 yards away in the bush. You'd never see them. They could watch you like that all night. So what was her purpose in approaching you? Like to make physical contact, to have a sit down beside you? Like it's. What do you think?
I think I had the intent to interact, like fully interact and have that
Mm,
interaction this time. So to
mhm,
me, it was them kind of just reading my intent. Um,
mm,
but I mean, like I can't definitively say it was Jane or a female, but I felt that
mm,
way. But I felt like that's
mm,
why I'll say she. I mean, she was so close to me, like literally 2 feet behind me from my back to her, right?
mm,
I didn't hear her come up, and like I definitely heard her jump backwards. And I was just at an angle where if I looked over my shoulder, I'd have to turn my whole body,
mm.
and I just wasn't prepared to like make that type of a movement.
Yeah.
So, I took from it that it was what I needed at the time, and that's what I asked for. And next time I want more, right? So I get what I wanted. So
Mhm. So I apologize. I'm not over my cold quite yet. I just came back from a recon expedition, so I was out in the wilderness, and I'm working my glutes off, my ass off. I can say ass, can I? Just the expedition starts in like 3 or 4 days. For the three expeditioners that are coming out, I need to have a chat with all of you. You guys have been trying to get a hold of me. If I know some of you are watching the live show, and I'm gonna get right back to you like tomorrow and the next day, and get everything organized because now Logan is you're coming out.
yep.
You bought a plane ticket and you're coming out. So here's the big reveal, guys. So Logan is coming out. He's been working with. Take it away, Logan. What have you been working on?
So I have been developing an app that will have the ability out there at Basecamp to do live stream. So there'll be 2 video live stream feeds 24/7 for the most part until we get some. Winter is going to be rough, but it's going to be 24/7, 300 days a year of Bigfoot activity out there by the base camp. So
Mm,
we thought about putting the cameras out there. Todd brought it up after that experience, like, hey, we should really just put cameras up because they're coming around so much, and we have the right intent, and we're not doing it maliciously. Well, let's try to put cameras up. So I thought through it and said, let's do this the right way. Let's bring it to everyone, right?
mhm,
Like
mhm,
let's have documentation for everyone. Let's have documentation and records for us. That's going to show the before, after, middle of an encounter or a live sighting, right? So we have
mm,
hours and hours of video. So I basically have architected the backend infrastructure, the application, everything from the cameras to the automation that's involved and the subscribership and everything else. So Todd
mm,
has helped me with power on
mhm,
how we're going to get this thing remotely going and
mhm.
stable. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the rest. So it's
Mhm,
pretty much done though. I just got to get the cameras up to base camp next week, get them mounted, and then
mhm,
we'll have the live stream going, and then I'll release the apps to iOS and Android, so it'll be
mhm,
available on iOS and Android.
mhm,
They'll have more content than just live streams. There'll be updates and bonus content and expedition news, and we'll once we start getting people to actually give. Uh, so when you're watching the live stream, you're going to be able to report something, right? You'll also be able to download like 60 seconds of content, but you can also, report a sighting. It goes to a backend database. We're going to get all that information. We'll get whoever cited it, and then yeah, everyone's going to be kind of part of the collaboration with that aspect. So everyone's going to be able to report a sighting. We can look at the footage. If somebody really finds something, we could even name it after whoever did it, right? It
First one.
doesn't have to be our footage, right? It'll be,
Y'all,
John Doe's sighting that he reported,
right?
right?
Y'all have to understand the significance of this. So John Hunsinger was involved in helping me do this as well, and it's literally last year. uh, 4 times the Sasquatch, 5 including Logan's, the Sasquatch came up to the trailers and smashed it, threw rocks at it. One time they lifted the trailer up off the ground and dropped it like 2 feet. The expeditioners and I fell out of our beds. You know, suitcases fallen, dishes all over the place. Like that. We're not talking an earthquake. I'm talking. Imagine your trailer's picked up 2 inches and dropped, and it bounces. Like it's not even windy outside. So if any of those things happen, so I'm talking 5 occurrences that I knew of where they approached the vehicle, those trailers. I mean, it's over. And the footage that so this is a paid subscription, a minimal payment, but any footage that someone recognizes, you can literally have it. You can go post it and have it, and because it's never going to stop. I'm extremely confident in this success, and this is not being.
Todd, can you hear me? I lost my audio. Todd, we lost sound. I guess you guys might be able to hear me. I can't hear Todd though. I'm not sure. I can't hear you, Todd. I don't know if everyone else can hear him. I can't hear Todd though, so apologies everyone.